He won the PGA Championship last year. He won yesterday in Akron, Ohio. He is Justin Thomas, who joins us on the program. Good morning, Justin. Congratulations. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Before we get started, official height and weight for Justin Thomas. I know what you're listed in the program as. I need official height and weight.
Official height and weight, I'm probably 5'10", and I'll go with 160 pounds.
160?
Yep, I put on a good bit of weight last year, so I'm no longer 145. So all the tabloids out there, I don't know if I'm buying it.
Okay. We also had a bet on how much you can bench. The over-under is your weight at 160.
Oof. I really don't know. I haven't done a bench press in a while. I'll do some dumbbell bench every once in a while, but I haven't thrown a ball up there in a while. So I don't know. I'd say it's pretty safe. It's a pretty good bet, but I wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't get 160 pounds up.
But I thought everybody's getting all jacked up now, Justin.
Yeah, I'm strong in the right places I need to be for golf, that's for sure. But I'm not exactly throwing any weight around, that's for sure.
All right, explain to the audience and to me that with your size, you can hit it as far as anybody. So the key for us, weekend golfers, to get more distance using your philosophy, Justin Thomas, would be what?
Well, the most important part is, I tell amateurs, ask me that all the time, and pro-ams and such, you have to hit it solid, most importantly. So it's something that's obviously a lot easier said than done. But, for you to get the most out of your distance or the most out of what your swing gives you, hitting it in the center of the club and hitting it solid is always going to be most important. But for me, I use the ground really well. I hit up on the ball. The fact that I'm on my toes when I hit can't hurt anything. I wouldn't exactly teach that or tell anybody to try it, but it's just something that I've always done, and it works for me.
What had it been, 5 months since you had last won prior to yesterday? Does that sound right?
Something like that, yeah.
What goes through your mind through those? So you have the high of winning, and then all of a sudden, does doubt start to creep in when you don't win? Even if you're in contention, does doubt start to creep in?
A little bit. It's such a weird game because you don't know what ever is going to happen. It's you don't know if you don't know if you're going to win 5 times this year. You don't know if you're not going to win any. You don't know if you're going to miss a cut. It's such a crazy game, and that's what I love and hate about it at the same time is that it's all on me. Everything that I do is in my own control, and all I can do is prepare the best that I can, and my team, get me as ready as possible, and for whenever we tee it up that Thursday to have the best chance that we can to win. And I've tried to get a lot better at kind of accepting the results and understanding that everything else that happens after I hit the shot is out of my control, and all I can do is control what I can, and that's in terms of preparation and just making sure that I'm ready to go. And yeah, it was nice to get another one after a little bit of I guess you could call it a drought.
I didn't know this. I knew it after the fact, but it looked like you were getting emotional when you put your head down, and then I find out your grandparents are there. Did you come close to losing it when you saw your grandparents?
Yeah, it just was. It was hard. It was. I looked over. My parents had been there for a handful of my wins, so it wasn't. No offense to them, but it wasn't seeing them that got me choked up. It just was. I looked over and saw Grandma and Grandpa standing there, and it just was. I just got a knot in my throat, and I knew if I looked at them any longer, and if I thought any more, I was going to lose it before I hit the putt. So I just needed to. I need to get myself together, and I need to try to make that putt because I wanted to finish on a good note. And it definitely was an emotional win.
He's Justin Thomas, PGA golfer, defending champ of the PGA Championship. I saw where you're paired with Tiger and Rory. Now that's a compliment to put you in a featured group, but when you play, would you rather not play with Tiger because of everything that goes along with that, or would you rather play with him?
It's fine. I've been fortunate to where because of my play, I've been in some really cool groups the past year or so, and it's a part of it. I'll tell you one thing: playing with them is a lot better than playing the group in front or behind, because you're dealing with the crowd kind of, running up on you while you're trying to play, or the crowds, leaving when you're kind of running up ahead when you're still trying to hit. So it is what it is. Everybody has to deal with it that plays with them or around them, and it's it's going to be fun for me. It's not going to be too fun for my friends and family that are out to watch, because they're not going to get to see very much. But I respect and I really enjoy playing with both Rory and Tiger, so it'll be a lot of fun.
I know you went to Alabama, but who was your pro football team growing up?
I like the Bengals. They're, growing up in Louisville, we don't have any professional teams, so my fan bases are kind of all over the place. But there's about as close as I can get. But in terms of NFL, I love football, and I like a lot of teams and a lot of certain players. But if I had to choose a team, I'll probably go with the Bengals.
Do you do fantasy football?
I sure do.
With other guys on tour?
Yeah, I do with a group of friends down in Jupiter. Some of the guys are golfers, and a couple of the guys are Bud Cauley, Tom Lovely, Peter Uline was in there a couple of years. So it's just, we have a good time. We get the banter going.
Have you played golf with Nick Saban?
I have, actually. Yeah, I played with him in, I think, May it was. I go to a charity event in Tuscaloosa every year. I have the last 4 years or so, and I went a little early this year, and got together with Coach Saban and Coach Sewell, my golf coach, and his son Jackson. It was a fun little day.
How good is Nick Saban as a golfer?
He's a good player. He's competitive. I know that. I know you're probably going to be shocked to hear that, but
yeah.
So on the first tee, he made sure to grab me as a partner pretty quick, and we put a whooping up on Coach and his son. So it was fun. But he's a good player.
So he recruited you on the first tee, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. He's a pretty good recruiter. So I'm never. The thing about him is I'm never going to go against anything he says.
Who decides on these bro trips when you go with Ricky and Spieth? Like, who's the ringleader here?
It really depends, I mean, Jordan's probably the least organized of all of us, so his trips are very last minute. But we did have a nice little trip after the British that was planned by him, so that was fun. But a lot of it, Ricky and I, it's easy for us to plan because, we live on the same street. We both live in Jupiter, where, we're together, probably 80% of the days in the course of an entire year. So we spend a lot of time, and kind of the ideas will get churning every once in a while. And we both know when we're kind of jonesing and ready for a trip. So we've definitely planned a trip or two together.
You ever got angry at each other?
I don't know. I'm sure he's gotten angry at me, but maybe he hasn't said it. Rick's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. It's a quality that it's pretty hard to have. I've never really heard him say anything bad about anybody, and that's pretty hard to do. And so I envy that about him. And I don't know if he's ever been mad at me. He hasn't verbally or physically shown it, but maybe he said some things to his fiance or something.
If we played 18 and had beers, Fowler, Spieth, and you, who wins?
Not Jordan.
He's lame.
Rick's pretty. No, it's not that. It's just Jordan isn't as good at the casual golf. He's very obviously he's unbelievable at the competitive and tournament golf. But when we go out and play for fun, or we go play in Bahamas or whatever it may be, he doesn't play as well. I think he has a hard time getting focused or whatever it may be. But Rick's pretty good at that casual, just go out and take a couple beers and play, and he's pretty tough to beat.
He's pretty tough to beat when he's not having beers either. But good luck in St. Louis. It should be so hot and humid there, right? It's going to be a mess.
It's very hot.
Oh, and the ball's going to go further, right?
It could, yeah. The humidity might make it go a little bit shorter in the mornings, but once it starts really heating up in the midday and afternoon, the ball's gonna fly.
What if I said 90 degrees or 55 degrees?
55 is pretty nice. You just throw a little little cashmere sweater on, and you can have a nice little day in 55 degrees. Once we get below 50, though, I don't want any part of it.
How many white belts do you have, Justin?
0.
Good.
I am not a white belt.
Wow, that is breaking news. Justin Thomas has no white belts.
That is not for me.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. No. Hey, who has the most white belts, by the way? I'm wondering.
The most white belts.
Does Ian Poulter have the most white belts?
Yeah, Poulter can wear a white belt. Tiger's not scared to throw a white belt in there. You know, Rick wears a white belt, but he wears it correctly. I think if you wear it, you need to wear it with white pants. I don't think it looks too bad with that. But, you know, it's I don't need to get into a whole fashion and pointing fingers here. But
no,
but yeah,
we need to. We need to.
There's plenty of guys that own their fair share of white belts. That's for sure.
Tightest shirt on tour belongs to?
Tightest shirt. I'm going to go with probably Billy Horschel or Jason Day. But they're also both a lot stronger than I am, so I can't really relate to the tight shirt thing.
Mickelson's in there, Justin.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you saw in that new commercial, you know, he's got a little bit bigger shirts now where he can move. So it's, you know, he knows what he's doing in the shirt department now.
You're probably not going to get these questions this week, but thank you for indulging us with these questions. Have fun. Congrats yesterday, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate having me on.
That's Justin Thomas. He won yesterday. He's only 25. He's got 9 wins on tour, and he's your PGA champ, the defending champ.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.